Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's really been a while since I've filmed a video like this. I hope 2024 is going well for all of you. It's been okay for me personally. Just in case you want to know what I'm up to, I'm in my second year of animation school and every year we have to make an animation film, so I'm currently working really hard on that. Yeah, and another thing is, since it's the new year, I really want to make more videos again, at least more than 2023, because I really disappeared for the year 2023 on YouTube. And YouTube is my passion, but unfortunately, because I had a lot of personal life things going on, and also my second year first time was just super busy. Like, it was like, oh my god, like I couldn't even have time to think for myself. So I'm really glad like the new semester is more chill and hopefully I get to talk with you guys more too. Yay! Anyways, today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 things that really helped improve my art. Just these 5 practices really helped boost my art technical ability. If you don't know, I've kind of been posting on the realms of the internet since I was 15. It's 4 years later now, and I think I've really improved throughout these years, especially after coming to art school. There are a lot of things that opened my mind and I just like saw a whole new world. Like, it's a new chapter for me and like stepping to this new part of my art journey. Of course, it was also very like scary, and I'll probably talk about like the more mental health aspects because I'm personally a very big advocator for mental health and stuff in a future video. But I just learned so much more, and there are so many things I'd like to share with you guys that I haven't had the chance to yet. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. Yeah. Number 1 is having an artist inspiration board, and if you've watched my videos in the past, I always talk about having an inspiration board, but this tremendously, I kid you not, it really helps you. For me personally, I use Pinterest, and you can follow my Pinterest if you want, if you'd like to see what inspires me, and I also post my art on there. But it's just a way for you to like collect like your favorite artwork, just a very easy accessible place. It could be like Twitter or Instagram save, or just saving photos into your photo albums. Very simple, but having this place to like always look back and will really not just help you expand your visual vocabulary, because you're also going to be constantly looking for really banger artwork that you like. But I think for me, every time I go on Pinterest, I just get like a huge like burst of motivation, because like they're so cool. Like, how can they draw like that? I want to be like that one day. So I think that also keeps me going, especially with art block and stuff too. So that really helps. Now, the part that I didn't really talk about before while having an artist inspiration board is really looking at all the pieces you like and kind of ask yourself these questions, like, what do I like in these artworks? That's very broad, but like, is there a specific thing in all of these artworks in common that you like? Like, find that. Like, for me personally, I've been really trying to improve my color for the past 2 years, and the thing that helped me get a really better sense of color is analyzing the works that I like, and then going like, oh, the shadows, instead of using like a black color, they usually use a very saturated blue, and I really like that, so I started applying that to my own artworks. Just stuff like that, and that really helps. Just notice these little things. I also did a series called like Saku's Art Classroom. That's a throwback. I haven't said that name in so long, but that was like 2022 summer. So a few years ago, and in that I encourage you guys to like notice like the things you like about certain color palettes and just really analyze the works that you like. So just ask yourself the question, why do I like this artwork? And it doesn't only have to be color, it can also be the line art or how they shade certain things, the lighting. There's so many aspects in a drawing that you may be drawn to. So just figure out what you're drawn to and apply it to your own artwork next time. And another thing is that really helps develop your art style as well. And like, for example, let me put my favorite artist on screen right now. And if you know my art, which I'll put on screen right now, here you can see how it has influenced me. So yeah, that's my first point. The second point is to have a sketchbook. This is like very given, like everyone's like, of course, like Veda, of course you're gonna have a sketchbook, yeah. But I really mean it, like having a sketchbook, not just like for like the prettiness, but just having a place to like constantly like jot down your ideas and draw and doodle. I used to be very obsessed with the aesthetics of a sketchbook, making everything really clean and tidy, and I think you can see that in all my previous sketchbook tours. I try to keep it very consistent, which is not a bad thing because it looks really nice and I am really proud of those sketchbooks, but it also disallowed me to just have a place to like put down and jot down all my thoughts, or just like doodle, or if I want to life draw like the person next to me, I'd be like, oh, it doesn't match my style, or else I was like, oh my god, like I don't want to ruin my sketchbook and stuff. So what I do is I keep 2 sketchbooks. Yeah, that's the trick, guys. So as you can see, I have 2 sketchbooks here. One of them is for my doodles, or if I have any notes or good ideas for stories and animation, I write down in this one, and then the bottom one is my very aesthetic life drawing one. Like just for example, maybe I'll do a sketchbook tour of this sketchbook one day, but it's very consistent, like watercolor, like what you would expect, like colored sketchbook type of stuff. But yeah, well, the other sketchbook is a bit more personal and I don't want to show that much, but like for example, it's just like really quick doodles I have with a ballpoint pen, and I also have a lot of notes, but they're really personal, so I'm not gonna show it on screen, but you get what I mean. Having 2 sketchbooks really help and draw things around you. It's a very common practice, I guess, more in animation because we need to life draw a lot to get fast at drawing figures and stuff, because we are animating and we're drawing so many drawings, so we need to get better at that. But even if you're not going into animation, I think it's a really good skill to have. Just not only just like observing the real world, because I feel like we're always so disconnected, like we're always like on social media, we're always online, we're not touching grass. So I think this is a really good way for us to all touch grass, but also it really helps train how the way you see things. I'll talk about this more because I'm planning to do a sketchbook video, because I think a lot of you, especially on my Discord, which you can join, have asked me on sketchbook tips specifically. But like how, I'll just briefly say it, like when I do life drawing, I don't say like, oh, that's a person. I go kind of like look at their form and try to like kind of trace the form, but with my eye, and then onto the paper, and that sounds really hard to comprehend at first, and I'll do more detail in a video in the future, but that's how I train my eye to draw really fast, and that's with the help of my lovely sketchbooks. So starting a sketchbook really helps just to train yourself to be faster and better at gesture drawing, and not just that, like anatomy too, because you draw people so much. The third tip I have is really learn perspective. We should practice perspective more, all of us, and I do not take this lightly, because perspective, I feel like when I was young I really neglected it. All I drew was like body shot, head shot, like of anime fan arts and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I got good at drawing anime girls, but I feel like there's so much to it than that. Like, if you really want to get good, you really should practice perspective. And honestly, the concept of perspective isn't hard either. I can just explain it very briefly now, but perspective is basically having vanishing points, and then you have lines leading to that vanishing point. That's basically it. And then there's 1 point perspective when there's 1 vanishing point, 2 point perspective when there's 2, and then 3 point perspective when there's 3. I know there's like more perspective point stuff out there, and of course you can go way more into detail, but that's like the very simple surface level knowledge you need to know actually to start practicing perspective. And I think the more you just practice these concepts, like just tracing it to vanishing points and then applying to things you like, drawing things you like, then I feel like just constantly trying to practice these things, like you get so much better, and you don't even know, like after each drawing you just see the improvement. So I feel like that is something we should do more often. So instead of just always doing like 1 point perspective, maybe try 2, maybe try 3. 3 is like harder because it's like facing down or facing up, but I feel like it really like helps you like just see more than just like being a very flat image. And it's fun, I promise. I know at the beginning it's very daunting, but like especially if you have like a perspective grid on, I cannot speak today, like it's not that hard, and I think it really helps. And that kind of ties into like my point 3.5 is really try to step out of your Whoa, what's going on? My point 3.5 is to really step out of your comfort zone. Like if you're not good at drawing 3-point perspective, then draw more in 3-point perspective and stuff like that. Because I think the way artists plateau the easiest is when they just stick to their comfort zone and not try new things. So just really try to practice like a bigger scope, and like I know it will take more effort and time, but once you get the hang of drawing like anime girls that are like half like bust up shots, then try moving on to anime girls in perspective. Like, you know, like we should all step out of our comfort zone and try new things, and also maybe try different mediums as well. Just up to you if you want to expand that as well. Just like try new styles, just try doing everything, and that also kind of helps you know what you like to do as an artist well, and it will help you improve your artistic voice. Point 4 is don't be afraid to use references. This is so important. I remember when I was young too, I tend to think that references is cheating. Like you need to draw from imagination. Yeah, nah. Especially like now, kind of like seeing what the animation industry people do and the people around me in general. References, like sometimes like you have no time for that imagination stuff. Like you need to just use a reference, and it will really help like elevate your artwork so much. Like if for example, because I also do like animation stuff, like we have to always film like live action animation footage of us, like, and then applying it to our animations, like because artworks, like no matter what, in a way stem from real life, and especially like the things I want to draw, and I think a lot of you guys want to draw, so having a real life reference really helps. Obviously it's way better to have the reference image yourself, like take it yourself, than searching it online. But if not, like really just like look at a reference image, like just on Google. Very simple, but it will really help you. And yeah, I know it kind of sounds like cheating, but as long as you're not tracing, I think it'll be okay. And for me, like for example, like if you want it to be less cheating, you can just, for example, I want to draw a picture of a penguin. The penguin image, maybe like the penguin's facing one direction, maybe I'll try to change it to another direction. So don't make it like word for word, like not copying the photo you see, but like highly reference it and use it to help you, because these things are meant to help you make better artwork. So like use it to your advantage. Yeah. Number 5 is develop a good relationship with art. If you're new to my channel, or if you're old to my channel, I guess, you would know that I always love ending my videos on more of like a mental health aspect note, or just like getting you into the mindset, because I think at the end of the day, the mindset is the most important. Especially going to art school now, I really feel a lot of negative emotions in art school, like the kind of like toxic attitude of like always relentlessly pushing yourself forward and just not taking breaks, not taking care of yourself, never proud of your artwork. If you know someone like that, if you think you're like that, it is time to change. It's the new year after all. So what I mean by that, like I know it's really hard to like get to like your artwork, and it takes a long time for people to get to the point where they're satisfied with themselves. So you don't even have to like love your art that you make immediately. So just the next time, just refrain from like being negative. Just refrain from going like, ew, I hate this. At least like compare yourself to your previous artwork and go like, oh yeah, I improved, or oh yeah, I just practiced today and maybe I'm not proud of it, but at least I practiced and got my drawing mileage down and stuff like that. And I feel like because of this really negative, harsh attitude, everything we have to make is a masterpiece, right? But like, that's not true. Like, sometimes you just have flops, and it's okay to have flops. And I think because of that, a lot of people get art blocks because they don't think they're like, oh, I cannot make a masterpiece, therefore I cannot draw, and that's why they stop drawing. And well, because they stop drawing, that's actually why they, I guess, plateau or deprove. So just having a really better mindset with art, I think, is one of the things that helped fuel me, and to practice all of the previous mindsets I said before to really tremendously improve my artwork. So yeah, I really want to go more in depth about the mental health aspect of like the art world, especially because I'm living in it now. I'm in an art school, I'm surrounded by artists 24/7, and it is a really different experience than I imagined, and I really want to go more in depth about that in the future, so stay tuned. I will make a video. One day I will make a video. I know I've been lacking on my uploads lately, but I will come back, guys. It is Saku comeback time. But yeah, with that, those are the 5 things I said. So number 1 is to have an artist inspiration board, but not just that, really analyze what you like about these artists. Think about the things you like specifically, like not just in color, but also in line art and shading and form and composition, just everything, and apply it to your own artwork next time. Number 2 is have a sketchbook, a dumpster idea book. And also, if you want a nicer version, and just jot down all your ideas in that book. Like, really don't care if it's messy or ugly. Just a place for you to like scribble and doodle. Number 3 is practice perspective. Really learn the basics, and it's not that hard because I literally just explained it in like 2 sentences just now. But like, applying it, really apply it, because that is the hard part. And also try your best to step out of your comfort zone, really experiment and do things you've never done before, because I feel like that is the best way to improve, is just to leave your comfort zone. I think not just in art, but anything. And number 4 is don't be afraid to use references, because it is really important to reference the real world. And I feel like a lot of people like forget and think it's a cheat, but it's not. So keep that. Reference images. And number 5 is to take care of yourself. Like, mental health is important, and we should all take care of ourselves. Like, if you produce great art but you don't take care of your body, then like, what's the point if you're gonna die young? But you know what I'm saying? Like, we should aim to have a good relationship with our art. I know it sounds really hard, but we can do it. Like, I want to spread more positivity. I think you guys can tell by a little bit, but there's just a lot of negativity in art these days, and I really want to change that. That's like one of the biggest things I want to advocate for on this channel, and while I have this platform. So yeah, I'm planning to do more videos in depth about especially the mental health topic, how to really have a good art life balance, and also another video on how to sketchbook tips, because that is a video that's been highly requested. Yeah, comment down below if you would like to, or you have any ideas you'd like to contribute, and I can make a video on that. Yeah, so that's kind of it for this video. It's been a really long time since I've talked to you guys, so, and I miss it because I missed you guys so much, truly. Like, 2023 I posted like 5 videos, but oh my god, like, I used to post like every single week before 2023, so I really miss you guys a lot. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Let's all strive to not just create better art, but also have a better relationship with our art and grow not only as artists but as people as well. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that will be. Okay, bye bye.